Well, I don't know what you're planning on reading later on in the year. I've actually decided to devote the year to 20th century presidential biography because I'm a lot of fun at parties, folks, believe me. But there actually might be a book coming out that if you want to read a little Canadian political history or current events, maybe, check it out. Jody Wilson-Raybould, the former Justice Minister and Attorney General of Canada, who had a awfully prominent role in the SNC-Lavalin scandal, says she is coming out with a book in October of this year called Indian in the Cabinet Room. It's going to be her story of being the first Indigenous, well, person to hold a variety of positions, come to think of it. And I assume is going to relate, at least in part, to the SNC-Lavalin scandal. There's a couple of interesting wrinkles here, though. There is a natural desire to think, ooh, this is going to be a tell-all. This is going to be explosive. This is going to light things up, especially because this just made me laugh. Robert Fife of the Globe and Mail, the man who broke a lot of these stories about SNC-Lavalin, he tweeted, "Can't wait to read the book." And I like made me laugh because I'm easily amused. But actually, Ms. Wilson-Raybould is going to be very limited in what she can say. There's going to be issues of confidentiality. There's going to be issues of cabinet confidentiality in particular. She's probably not going to be able to say much. Will she be able to shine a light on some things the Liberals would probably rather us not talk about? Yeah, probably. Should we look at the timing of the book landing kind of in the range of when we'd expect our next election to be a little bit of a gently extended middle finger to her former boss, the prime minister? Again, maybe yes, but we can also be cynical here. There's probably not going to be much more she can acknowledge or that isn't already on the record. Most of what she could say that won't breach any confidences is likely generally known. I'm also not sure there's any Canadians out there who are somehow undecided on whether or not they like Justin Trudeau. Like him? Hate him? Like, have you found any Canadian in this country over the last several years that was kind of like, well, I'm withholding judgment on the prime minister? Come on. Minds are made up here. The other thing we need to acknowledge is that a whole hell of a lot has happened since the SNC-Lavalin scandal. I thought it was a big deal. At the time, and even now, I think that was a legitimate scandal. I think it should have alarmed Canadians more than it did. And I think the prime minister should have paid more of a political price than he did. A whole hell of a lot has happened since. Everything before the pandemic now seems like a distant, dew-covered memory. The prime minister will be reelected or not based on his response to the greatest global public health catastrophe that we have faced in 100 years. Everything that leads up to it, including his ethics scandals, Aga Khan trip, the blackface, brownface, SNC. It's not going to matter. It's not right. It's not fair. Canadians have short political memories. We all know that. It will probably be an interesting book. I'll probably read it. Do I expect it to have much meaningful impact on the next election? No, I honestly don't.